let me talk to you about these keys. Okay. My car's not opening and locking. I've got an E91. The wires in the boot were cut originally, so we changed all that, fixed it, started working, but I got the no battery sign come up on the key ring, so I decided to do a couple of YouTube videos and basically replace a battery. So I don't know if you can see on the camera, but they're a sealed unit. Okay, so you have to cut around the edge with a very sharp knife, and then what I found was best is when you take the key out, okay, on the back there, get a screwdriver in and then just slightly prise it, but be careful you don't damage the board. Okay, and then eventually what happens is you end up with this. Okay, I split mine. The board's here, so don't panic. I've got the board and there's the 3 buttons. Now originally when I looked at this one, I thought, oh, there's some, I can't see on camera, but there's some like little nodules on each one of these, and this one's missing on the unlock, so I assumed that was the problem. But once I put it all back in, checked it all, was fine. Anyway, you're supposedly not able to glue these back together. You have to buy a new carcass. Now, my car's 13 years old. I'm not spending 20 quid on a carcass. I will just attempt to glue this back together. Now, as you can see, I don't know if you can see on the camera, but there's like a thick ridge all around. I'm just going to file it flat, put it in, get it all smooth I can, and then just glue it back together. But went onto eBay, replacement BMW lithium charged battery, identical to the one I took out. Okay, mine, it was Panasonic. I checked it all, the battery was fine. Wasn't cheap, $8.99. I never buy the cheapest ones because sometimes cheap isn't always better, and I wanted it like for like, basically. Anyway, cut a long story short, gone to solder it onto my new, or onto the old board, and guess what? Doesn't fit, so I've had to modify. I don't know if you can see that on camera because of this little tab here. So when the battery came, if you look there, that's where the battery rods or pins should come through the board, so we took it off. Anyway, this battery off of eBay didn't fit. The pins are in the wrong place, so I've basically had to cut the metal strip off of the other battery because it took 3 or 4 days to get here, this battery, and then modify it on my board like that. Oh, I don't know if you can see that. Excuse my nails. But anyway, it was a ball ache. But put it all back together. This works, right? Tried it, tested it. Unlocks, locks, locks, unlocks. Anyway, the next challenge is, because it's slightly different, it doesn't fit flush with the edge of that. It kind of sticks over a little bit. Okay, and then when it goes into that slot there, you might be able to see how rigid the plastic is on the edge. Excuse the state of the key, but they're all old. There's quite a thick plastic thing on the edge. Anyway, you kind of have to tuck it into the side and then get it level as you can like that, and then basically put that back on. Without damaging the board itself. It is a bit of a pain in the arse, not gonna lie. Like that, there you go, and then I'm going to glue it back. I've tested it without gluing it, fits in the slot. It's a little bit stiff coming out, but once I take some more off the edge, I mean, should have really placed the carcass, but I'm not spending, by the time you bought the battery, nearly 40 quid on a key. I know they're £300 at the dealership. Didn't need to get it reprogrammed. It unlocked, locked, straight in the slot, started, charged, fine. This one I do now need to replace, so now I've learned how to do this one, I'll be doing this one. So if it isn't the wires in your boot, which mine was, so in the E91 the tailgate opens, I've got a glass tailgate that lifts as well. The wires from the for the remote are actually in the rear spoiler, so you have to lift the glass up, undo all the panel, remove the grommet, then get to all of the screws for the... It was quite a long process, but then we soldered all of them wires. So if it's not that, then do your key. Your keys are quite easy. It took me, I don't know, possibly about 5 minutes to get into. Don't be scared to force a screwdriver in the back. The reason I went into the back was because if I take this out, where it's sat, it sits away from the board, so I just got the tip of the screwdriver in and then sort of gradually went round with a Stanley knife. I didn't want to go in the side and start damaging all of those, but if you find it helpful, you do shoot me any questions. Not got a problem answering them. If you want to see it re-glued back together and working, that's fine, just message me and I'll do that. Okay, thanks for watching.